All right, it is Friday, October 6th, here in US, and the next horse race. This time, Commodore VF, the Holden Commodore VF, the 2017 version. I believe this limited time series is structured almost exactly identical to the one that we just did for Ford Falcon FXG or FGX, the letters. So let's jump in. So exact same reward, and this car also requires you to complete 22 tiers of races, and the last tier, 22nd tier race, is I believe the 5-lapper at Mount Panorama, which requires PR 62 to enter. So that is the amount of upgrade that we're going to need. Is also, by the way, identical because of that reason. So there we go, Commodore VF 2017 Championship. Earn a Holden Commodore VF by 100% completing this special limited time series. Half of the legendary rivalry at the center of the world famous super cheap Ottawa Bathurst 1000. That's the exact same thing as the Ford, isn't it? And the last year's car, the V8 supercar, the Falcon, this time is on sale, 25% discount. So if you didn't get it last year, 25% discount, in my opinion, I don't know. I mean, that's not really that great of a discount, but I guess if you need the car and if you don't have it, it's better than paying full price. And what do you call that? The showcase discount is only 20%, so it's still better than any other non-limited time sale that you might get, I guess. So the cost is gonna be 488 gold if you have, I guess, unlocked the car. Otherwise, I think you might have to pay a little bit more. So a little bit more. Is that going to be same as if you were getting 20%, like a showcase discount? That I could not confirm. And this is the new Nissan Altima, as you can see, 2017 version. And this one is not offered in any limited time series or any special event. They're just giving us a 40% discount, which is really pretty decent deal for a brand new car. No, don't compare it to when they gave away cars for free. They have done that too, yes. But 40% discount is, I like that number. Have they done better, more aggressive sales in the past? Well, certainly not for this car because this is a brand new car. But in the past, yes, there's been other cars where they offer 50% discount. But those are, I feel like, more rare and far in between. So 40% discount, we're gonna need it. So if you can afford it, I would recommend buying it. 396, and looks like it's identical whether you have the car unlocked or not, since I don't know if anybody has unlocked this car. I suppose if you've already ran through your career series with the first Ford, then I suppose you could have unlocked this car, in which case you would have been given another opportunity to have purchased this car for 20% off, the showcase discount that I was talking about. But in this case, obviously 40% is better than 20%. So 396 gold. Still not exactly a cheap purchase, if you ask me. So that's a good amount of gold that if you're short on gold, remember, The other car that we're actually having the limited time series for, the Holden, that one's going to require about 318 gold, I think. I didn't actually add up the numbers when I was checking for the amount of upgrades it'll take. It takes the exact same number of upgrades, so I'll go over that in a little bit. But here, let's buy this car for almost 400 gold, 396. Yes, and VIP treatment, no thank you. That is all right. There it is, with the Castrol and Sangold livery. All right, so good deal. Now let's get back to the event that we're talking about here, the Commodore VF Championship. Let's try this again. We got kicked out because I bought a car. All right, so as we were, reward structure identical, 10 gold for 25% completion, another 10 gold added on top of that for 50% completion, and 75% completion is 20 gold, and once you complete it all the way, it's gonna be 40 extra gold plus the car, of course. So yes, so that's the 80 gold total, and 22 tiers, but it's, as you can see, it's not 63 trophies to unlock this, because there are, once again, stages with less than 3 events, like the very first one. And if you're thinking, hey, I've seen this one before, head-to-head at Mount Panorama, single race for tier 1, didn't we do this for Ford like last week? And I would say yes, we did exactly the same thing. So Natalia, deja vu. All right, so let's get the upgrades going right away. As I said, this car requires, or this series requires you to bring your PR up to 62, and the cheapest way to get there, you will end up with a PR 62.1, just like the Ford. So, starting with engine. All right, basic engine tuning. That will bring PR up to 49.4, 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's the number that we're really interested in for 51,000 racing dollar. There we go, get that going. And let's get to drivetrain. About the, I mean, pretty comparable racing dollar upgrades, exact same PR boost, I think, right? And same exact delivery time. Although, if you want to do instantly, it is a little bit cheaper. Interesting. And on to body. And same idea, 2.5 hours. So I suppose if you want, order upgrade, and I guess go watch oh, I know, go watch that new movie that came out, Blade Runner 2049. That one, from what I've seen, some trailers and such, looks looked pretty cool. So there you go. The first one was obviously is a classic, starring Harrison Ford, directed by Ridley Scott, and soundtrack by none other than Vangelis himself. Wonderful, wonderful. Great movie, great soundtrack, great storyline. You know, yeah, I'm a fan. Anyway, yeah, I believe that that new movie is like 2 hours and 47 minutes or something like that. It's a long one. From what I heard from watching some critics talk about it, it sounds like it's worth spending the time to watch the movie. Sounds like it's very well done. So that's cool. I mean, it's gonna be interesting because I have a high bar from the first one. Because, when you love the first one, can they deliver on the sequel? It's always tricky. Anywho, enough of me talking about movies here. We're not doing movies here. We're racing. Okay, suspension. Oh, look at the PR boost. This one actually you get a pretty decent PR boost. And of course, suspension. Oh no, suspension is not the one I'm thinking. This is just going to be a one-tier racing dollar upgrade, and then the second tier is going to be gold. Never mind. Exhaust and brakes. Now, those are going to be... No, wait a minute. I was right the first time. It's been a long day. Suspension and exhaust. You get two racing dollar upgrades, first tier and second tier, and the third tier is going to be the gold upgrade, and I will most likely go with the exhaust again. That's going to be the last gold upgrade for these cars to bring the PR up to 62.1. And the exhaust, same kind of deal, so let's get that going. And brakes, always the cheapest one to get, and also the PR boost, obviously minimal as well, but we're gonna need it, so let's get that going. And then finally, tires and wheels. Yeah, these cars, tires and wheels don't give as much PR boost, do they? 49.3. So, well, as I said, racing dollar upgrades, we're gonna need all of them. So that's the first round of upgrades. And let's see, we got 12 official liveries to choose from. So that's oh, cool. Mobile 1. All right. Cool. And number 8. Sweet. That's some really cool liveries. I like it. Variety is always good. Toyota? Interesting. So I don't know much about Holden. Oh, Toyota forklifts. Well, there you go. For a moment, I thought this Toyota somehow behind these Holden cars. I mean, they might be. Who knows? Since I'm not too familiar with these VA supercars. So, Boost Mobile, that's a cell phone company, of course, and that's the one that we are given. And it looks like we got two different ones. One's with Pace, the other one is with JBL. Cool. And Repair Management. It's kind of a funny name. Film Mondays. All right. And then 99. All right, and can I tap on this last one? There we go. That's Vortex. Looks like the last year's car, but with a slight 2017 twist. Pretty cool. But for now, we're not spending gold on liveries. We are here to race, so let's get going. Single lapper head to head at Mount Panorama to start off this limited time series. So should be pretty easy. Don't expect much resistance for tier 1 event. And we're off. We'll just take it nice and easy, stay behind our opponent here. And when the opportunity presents itself, we'll overtake. There we go. Nice grip on these cars. But definitely no brakes. Kind of makes up for a fun game, you know. That was a little bit more conservative than necessary. As you noticed, upon exit, I had a lot of track left over on the other side. So probably could have carried a bit more speed there. Oh, look at that, staying on track. We'll wait for JKR to catch up. There we go. Oh yeah, and there's a top speed challenge for these V8 supercars. So I'd assume if you've done some races with Ford, made some progress in the series, then I believe you can use that car as well. All right, so there we go. A little bit of service taken out. Of course, Mount Panorama, decent length track, so that's kind of expected. Alright, so there's a trophy number 1, which completes tier 1, unlocks tier 2. So, see, I'll try to run this series entirely in red, and if this is anything like the Ford series, then I'm expecting that I would run into maybe 2 races, 2 events. Of course, in Ford one, that was a speed snap, or was it speed snap or speed record? It's something to do with a speed that I could not. I was way too off when the car was not serviced, and the other one that was impossible was drag race, of course. So aside from those 2, everything else, I think I was able to get through without servicing the car. So we'll see how far we can go. But for now, let's continue on.